Good morning, everybody. Comparison of Inktense versus Watercolor Pencils with a serious demo on gel prints, texture paste, impasto, Mod Podge, clear gesso, even black mixed media paper. Hello, hello.
Hello. I was just reading the. I have to
She's
get over
leaning
there.
in.
I can't see that. I have
morning.
to look through the bottom of my glasses.
This is P.
M.
Patricia.
Mariah.
PM Artist Studio.
All
right. Hey, that was a really good one.
That was a good one. It was even
Nice.
kind of sort of in tune.
Okay, so we have a very action-packed, and we want to hopefully move along because I think that some of us might kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, we never know. I don't, it's like you don't know what you're looking for till you found it. And that's kind of the way it is with some of our...
That's funny.
What?
Our new Robin said, I was wondering who Lisa was. Cause she was traveling, and then she wasn't really, because she played too hard while she traveled. So she hasn't really been here the last couple weeks.
Been incapacitated.
Now, she always watches the live back, but, yeah.
Well, she wasn't decapitated. She was incapacitated.
That's a horrible thing to say. Lisa will probably appreciate that.
She will.
Okay. Good morning, Ann and Leslie. Sorry, well, your foot was like right there on my thigh.
Sorry.
Stepping on
I'm
it.
having a little issue this morning.
Okay, very quick question right out of the gate. We would like to know if you guys want to see the charts first,
Mariah's charts.
or would you like to see the demos first, and then we can kind of get back into this business. So let us know.
Yes, and either
We're gonna
way,
let you guys kind of we've waffled back and forth.
I've got something to do while y'all decide that.
Drink some coffee. I'm gonna have some too.
Now I'm working on a one of the impression plates has really turned out to be quite lovely. And I've been working on it with the colored pencils.
Good morning, Sharon and Violet. So we quickly just asked, we want to know. Okay, so demos. Lisa's like, making her happy. Just get right into it. It's fine, because guess what? I can always just post the comparison charts and things. I mean, it's not that interesting. I love it, because I made them, and I got little,
The reason, I used to make fun of Mariah doing all this kind of...
These smell very weird.
Anal... It could just be because that's where the watercolor paper's been. Making these charts, and stuff. But I refer to them all the time. And the paint, making up the recipes for the paint. And I do have a new paint.
Yeah, and I need to get some updates done.
It has not been entered into the book yet.
Okay.
But I may bust it out.
All right, we've got 3 demos. I think people want to see you just get into it and do the thing. I can always, we'll either come back at it at the end, which is cool, or just
is what I need.
do it in the blog. That's right. That's the word. I haven't had enough coffee yet. All right.
I've been drinking coffee.
She's been drinking coffee. I'm going to switch over to...
This poor little guy, I found him under the wheels again.
Put that up. I need to make this one into an actual stencil, because it really is quite good.
He's kind of bowl-shaped? No worries, he'll shape up. I'll put him back in.
Yeah, if you put him in the... We found this out because poor Robin, our Robin of Creative Space... She, I sent her some stencils. She ordered them, and they got pretty crunched up. But if you leave them outside or in the sun or get them a bit warm, they sort of just flatten out. So there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, and by the way, I found my hat.
Oh, joy.
And I begged Pete to order me a new one. So she did, and then I found it.
I couldn't stand it any longer. I told her it's her birthday present, and I'm not getting her anything for her birthday. That's okay. It. It was a very expensive hat.
It was a little pricey, but I'm pretty excited. So I'll have a second hat. I know you guys are real happy about all of that.
Now I just wanted to get y'all's feelings on this. Okay, I created this impression board using this stencil, and quite honestly, it was really a whip. And
You
you
have
can
to
see,
do one row, let it dry.
let it dry, then move over. And do
Now, what
another
you
row.
could have done is kind of worked both ends and then painted or stencil towards the inside.
Well, where were you when I was doing all this?
I've
Give
been
me
working.
all this advice.
This last week's been a little crazy.
Yeah, Mariah hasn't been very much fun. Okay. Well, hopefully that's that situation. You know, we do need that because we like our studio and we don't want to have to become people in a cart pushing it around
Robin,
underneath highway bridges.
Robin wants to know if it's the same color hat. Let me tell you, we looked at about every hat on Etsy.
I can't even. I think
This
it was,
hat does
it
not.
was over 40 pages
Yeah.
of hats. Who knew that there was slouchy beanies?
Slouchy beanies is what they're called.
And I don't care if she loves this hat or not.
I better wear it.
Better wear it.
Mm-hmm. I will wear it. I love
Or,
it.
or there's gonna
But
be
no, it is not exactly the same. It is very similar.
Yeah.
But this yarn and whatnot, for whatever reason, is not popular. I don't know.
My sister probably got it at the big box store or something like that, you know, where there were hundreds.
Like in the bin.
In a bin.
Yeah.
That's how she. And the content is questionable too.
You don't think it's cotton? Anyway,
I
that's
don't
about
think
20
so.
minutes of the, hat talk.
I don't think that you should wear it if you're near fire.
Let us know about the stencil thing. Would you like the Artie Squiggles? Because this is from the Artie Squiggles set, the roundy. And I think it's also in what goes around. But I can make a full, like, 5x7 version or even the 4x8. Which I
request that.
Yes.
And the other thing that I just want to
But
give
isn't
you
that
a
awesome?
heads up on right away, because I encountered this when I was doing this. These little tips here, see that one's still kind of clogged up. They get clogged up with the modeling paste really quickly, and you will notice that the size of your lines diminishes over time.
A pokey tool is very important.
Pokey tool is very important. And I don't really know where this one came from. I think it's a
And
clay
then I was
tool.
telling her, I was like, well, if I make the full one, you're going to need less of that because you have to, like, kind of clean as you go. Again, with using just the little border or strip version.
Yeah, you just push, push, push. And, you know, I modeling pasted and stenciled a whole bunch of these little cards that Mariah gives out when she sends people stuff, right?
I have new ones, so, come and order some stencils.
So I was using my modified, which I highly recommend, modified paste.
The U.S. Art Supply Plus baking soda. That's the one where when we were hanging out over at the Happy Paper people with Sharon and Marianne, and we had talked about doing that. And so P busted it out the other day, and no explosions. It hasn't gone crazy.
Here's what's really wonderful about it. Now, when you first dip into it, you're gonna go, "Oh wow, this is really kind of
Setting
sturdy."
up. It's sturdy.
Sturdy.
Oh, Anne would like also an ATC version.
Bless your heart. I like those votes.
Okay.
Okay. But anyway, it just is just wonderful stuff. I went through those and I did not have to clean my stencil one single time till I was finished.
Nice.
And I probably did 40 of
Oh,
those
there's a lot.
little cards. Just
Because I like to have them on
bam,
hand.
bam, bam.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is the paper that we'll be using today for the watercolor.
I guess that's
thing.
enough about all that.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It's the XL series, 12 by 18. You don't have to buy it that way. It was $12 approximately. I don't know. I think that's the regular price on Amazon.
Oh, that was the paper. You were
Canson.
Dear Lord. There was much discussion about the pricing of the pencils this morning because I had totally forgotten. And so she tells me to look at the little slip on the paper.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, that was not the price.
Yeah, didn't write it down. Good thing you looked.
looked.
Okay, so I like this paper a lot. It's not like super the best,
Good morning, Becky.
but it works for what we're doing. The 140 pound, 300 G's is great. Make sure it's smooth cold press or you won't be happy.
What did you say? Cheese is
Bumpy.
great?
Bumpy. Cheese is great.
That's what I heard. What did you say right before?
Cold press, smooth. 100 pounds.
I do.
140 pounds.
I do agree that cheese is great.
Yes, it is. I'm fond of brie, but I like Gouda too. Okay, put these aside for a minute. My brain really, I woke up in a
Yes.
fog.
And I will do that. She would like
Allergies.
she would like to know the baking soda magic mix with the US Art Supply. But I'll tell you really quickly, all you have to kind of do, because it wasn't even a full container of the modeling paste.
No, it was one that was about halfway down.
So P took a sprinkle, you know, a 3, because then we decided
I just kept adding until it got to where I thought it should be.
a 3-finger pinch of baking soda, mix that in, and then it just kind of sort of gets to a consistency that you like, and then that's pretty much voila it. But I will write that in there, so that way, you know, if anybody comes along
here, I'm going to just show you real quickly.
Boy, you're scraping the barrel on that one now.
I'll show you with the stencil here.
Oh, good morning. Our new Judy's with us. See, we have another Judy.
Jody.
Judy.
You get 5 extra points on your grade if you can remember the movie that's from. Well, now see, look at this.
Where is our other Judy?
Look at this.
Oh, Lori B's with us too. Good morning. Mo's here.
Ah!
We're so excited. We love Mo.
Yes, we do, and we miss her when she's not here.
She's funny, and
All right, now look
thinks
at
we're
this
funny.
stuff. When you first get it, you're going, oh man, that's going bad. But it's not. See, look at that. Smush. And you really got to work it in there. But it's wonderful because it doesn't smush underneath. I'll tell you what.
It's more like spackle at this point.
that would be a good
Which we've talked about using, and I think the ladies over at the Happy Paper people, I think they've talked about that. I believe I overheard that.
Now look at the crispness. And look at the no smushy.
Promise we're going to get into pencils here in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. No smushy.
No smushy.
And smushy and no smushy on here. I mean, it is just... The recipe for this is you just put it in until it gets gooey. And the thing is you want to let it set up overnight before you add more when you think it's right there, because it reabsorbs, it smooths out, and it has a whole different feel to it.
There you go.
Then, okay, I'm going to put this...
Now she covered up the note on there. These are called the backgrounds. How did you create your backgrounds with the pencils, Pete?
I'll talk to you in just a minute.
Because this is funny.
I'm
hoping she uses the same words and things that she did the other day.
See, look at that. I just touched it, and it's almost... I mean, this will be dry in, like...
moments.
Yeah. 5 minutes or so. And you can whip them over there on top of each other. Don't have to worry about a whole lot of stuff. Okay. Well, we're doing 3
when
different
you have
kinds...
small spaces, that is important.
Yeah. Doing 3 different kinds of pencils today. And...
what are those 3 pencils?
I don't know. Mariah could show you on her chart. Well, here's the, here's the ultra cheap one, Sargent.
20 cents a piece. Now,
They're
of course,
from
please
China.
don't hold us on pricing. If there's new pricing updates, let us know in the comments. You know, if you're watching the replay.
Yeah, and if you see some of these boogers on sale, jump on them like a duck on a genie bug. I mean, these little things right here.
So those are the Faber-Castel.
And they are inlaid with sterling silver, I think.
Maybe, because the price is $1.62, and that was on sale per pencil. That's what it came out. She bought the 12.
Yeah, I didn't buy these open stock, which they do have them open stock. And these are from Germany. Albrecht Dürer.
Oh, listen to that.
Yeah, remember he's the what you call it?
You think he goes by Albert?
I don't know. Jeez, now you just interrupted my whole thought.
I'm sorry.
He's a printer. And I think he does like that really fine. Yeah. Look him up. He's interesting.
And there was much discussion on this. Was it Derwent? Because we're Texan.
It's Derwent. Just run it all together. And these little jobbers are from England. Now, I don't know if they're, you know...
$1.42 is what those came out to be.
Yeah, they're real proud of them, too. And here's the thing. Things I like about them. I like these pencils a lot. Are they my favorite? They are not. The Faber-Castells are a better pencil. They have a faceted side. They don't roll off.
Which I love.
They have the entire pencil is colored in the color of the pencil. Voila! And these little babies over here, when you're working at night, and I have trouble, like, can you tell the difference between these three colors? Yeah. No, you
or
cannot.
5 colors.
And the color that they have on the end is, quite frankly, BS. It does not match the color, and I mean, look at that. Can you tell that? No.
Well, you got to hold it a little bit more to the camera, and that would be
sorry.
more helpful. But yes, they all look
they're
black.
They're very beautiful. They're lovely design, and they have a cute little blue.
Now, I will say, so in the Inktense, the Derwent, there were 4 different blacky grays. So that's what she's showing there, but you can't really.
You know, and I don't never even use those anyway. I'm perfectly capable of mucking up a colored pencil.
Yeah. So
I don't need those.
You know, we're giving kind of a hard time, but
yeah.
Also there are some others that you're like you look at the end and. You know.
And if you want to go for bang for your buck.
Sargents are pretty good little pencils.
I am not kidding you, especially the way I use them. I don't, I don't know the proper way.
Hey, and they're 20 cents a piece.
And they're 20 cents. And look at all these colors. And they're the
50 of them.
They painted their pencil the color that it is, more or less.
I couldn't even find a 12 or a 24 on those. They're like, no, we're just going to give you 50. No, it's not to say that it doesn't exist. I did not search to the ends of the internet.
Honestly, I last night when I was doing those.
Well, for $10, 50, well, I can't say no.
Yeah. I mean, we figured the kid could play with them.
Yeah.
For that price. Now, she's not going to be playing with these or these.
No. And she's heavy-handed anyway.
She most assuredly.
Okay, so they're answering you on your movie. Something about, let's see, Cary Grant.
Yes. Oh, who got it?
Let's see. Violet said, all I remember is Cary Grant, but I know that movie, just not the name.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know.
See, that's all she knew. And then Mo says, Cary Grant was born in the city near me. Can I still get 5 points? Of course, Mo.
Absolutely. We'll add it to your final grade. The whole thing about doing these things. I'm a teacher. You can take me out of the school, but you can't take the school out of me because it's just in there. When you do the same thing for 25 years.
She gets a little,
Yeah. Whatever. Okay, so lesson plans. Here we go. Sargents. I want you to look at that. And I should have compared. Oh, but I did.
Oh, but it
Just
did.
sort of, kind of. See, look at the color intensity. You can't tell a lot of difference there. Now, I didn't do, well, we will. We'll just do it.
And we'll get to it, but just warning that when you start mixing in other media is sort of when the Sargents start to you go, well, you need to know a few things.
Yeah. Okay, I do not know the proper way that you really go about doing this, but I just stick my pencil in.
There was something that we watched, or I think I saw, that said that was perfectly acceptable.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I'd come up with something.
Mm-hmm. I tell her all the time that it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, it really is. It's just whether you have enough wherewithal to suffer through all those videos on YouTube. Okay, and so you can see as you get down here, it's starting to, lose its smooshy. And that's okay. Now we want to talk about brushes and what to use, because there is a big difference in brushes. You want something that's stiff enough that you get a nice snap to it, but not so stiff that it's, digging holes in your paper.
Yeah.
Also, the size of the brush is indicative of whatever job you're going to do here.
Little jobber.
And you can just pull these out to a lovely wash. And you can come in, you can
He loves some watercolor.
I do. And what we're doing here is we're creating a really lovely background, which we're going to gel print over here in a minute. And it's going to be so awesome.
You guys were worried there wasn't going to be any gel printing.
I laugh hysterically.
Oh.
Now, you can, you know, place your water strategically. You can leave those lines there and kind of see. I don't really, I haven't, I wanted it to be a surprise on, you know, what's going to happen over the gel plate, whether we're going to have some movement about the cabin here with the colors and whatnot. But now look at that. Isn't that just, and we've accomplished that in a few minutes.
Now, which ones were you using on that? That's the Faber-Castel.
This is, yes.
Yeah.
I was comparing it to these other two, and you can see.
Oh, that's right, because you had...
Intensity-wise, I think it wins the prize, doesn't it, Mariah? Can
Yeah.
you look at your chart, because that really does tell you.
Or here, do you want to pop this in real quick on the big screen?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. Can you pass it through the...
I can.
Pass it through the pass. Okay.
How's that? Just gonna hold it sideways. It's to fit it in the screen. That works.
Yeah, this is a muy grande.
Yeah, I even had to bring the Sargents over into the Inktense so that they're at the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's like, here. I'm not making this thing any longer than this page.
And I don't know if you can see it or not, but she actually did it over onto the black, so you can see what happens when it used it on black paper, which I don't really recommend. I do think I've discovered a way that you can make it work over the black, but we're going to talk about that next week.
Next week's going to be lots of fun.
Next week is going to be very exciting.
Special
I'm excited about it. Okay, but here's today. Okay, you can see it's not always possible to have a direct comparison in the colors because they just don't have it. I don't.
Oh, Mo has the woodsies. Yeah, the woodies. Sorry, woodsies.
The woodies?
The woodies. Yes, and Carrie is a big user of the woodies too. I think that they're fairly similar. And it's the Faber-Castel. So it's like the big chunky ones. Now, I like this because I like a smaller pencil. I think P's kind of along the same lines of like a little finer detail because a lot of things that we work on are
rather
smaller.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason.
Anyway, you can see that Mariah has done her due diligence here.
I got a little carpal tunnel from all that crosshatch work.
I'm very proud of her, and this is really, I think it will mean more on the blog where you can actually look at it with it all together rather than...
And it's just sort of nice to have on hand to, like, I'll probably pin it up here on the wall as long as Izzy will be cool with me actually, you know, maybe switching out some of our artwork behind there. She's a bit...
Yeah, she's touchy about that. She doesn't want you to mess with it. She doesn't mind, you know.
Oh, yeah, she can do whatever she wants to it.
Stupid stickers and whatnot. But, oh, man, I mean...
Start putting things over her artwork. She gets upset.
All right, now I don't want to get these mixed up here. Well, I can keep the names on those and then I'll know. All right, so these are all...
Do you want to put a little pencil mark down in the corner if it's a S or FB or...
Well, I probably should do that because when I start...
I think
Can you do that for me?
Of course I can.
Because then I can just move on to something else.
I'm going to turn these guys a little bit so I can...
The reason I wanted to start with these is because they need to be doing a little drying time. Now, you can see that kind of bellied up a little bit.
Bellied up.
No worries. It'll calm back down here momentarily. Okay, now, if you really want to just apply water everywhere, I recommend one of these brushes. I don't really know where this came from. It actually may be a makeup brush.
I think so.
Do you remember this brush?
I think so.
Okay. Well, it's bloody marvelous for... it's a great brush because it's very soft. I'm assuming it's some kind of... It's animal hair of some sort. Badger, maybe?
Badger.
I don't know. I'm just making that up.
Or badger.
I really don't know. But I discovered this. Now let me show you my other one that I use. Whoops, just about had an accident. This is like ultra cheap. Well, it may not have been. It's low Cornell. I don't know. But I kind of forgot to wash it really good, so it's stiff. And you see this? You see this? Ugh. Yeah. But it really works great for certain techniques. So, you know, pick up one of these cheap fan brushes. These are great for water. And you can see what I mean.
Oh, they're giving some love on my color chart.
All right.
Just want you to know.
Here we go.
Oh, and she loves the watercolor pencils. Yeah, we're really we had some. They weren't wonderful ones. So these were a very pleasant surprise.
Really?
Because
Okay.
our experience with them before were like, meh.
Have your, when you do the watercolor, get yourself organized. Get a paper towel here. Get clean water, dirty water. Come on. You guys know all that.
Platypus. Sharon says platypus.
Okay. Platypus?
Air.
Oh.
Or platypus. Do they shave them and is it a shave and release?
I don't.
I don't know.
That's so, just so wrong.
I don't know.
So many levels there. And do have some more paper towels available. Or a nice cotton cloth.
Now, I think while those are drying, what I will do is I want to hand these over to you and let you do the waterwork and stuff to them. And then we talk about, because those are going to need to dry, the ones that you're working on.
Yeah.
Before she can put them on the gel print. Or
Yeah.
gel plate. So
okay,
then,
just a minute. Let me go ahead and
we'll work on these.
all right. Now, the wet ones are
Got to watch out for the wet ones.
FCs.
Yeah, you didn't give those to me, so I didn't mark them.
Well, I'll just put it down here in the
Okay.
corner and mess up my whole design.
Yeah,
I'll just have to put something really
we can chop off the corner.
heavy. No, we can't. They're just exactly the size
Oh.
they need to be.
Well, wait, remember we now know how to fix that if we need to.
Okay. Well, we'll just put those over there so
Yeah,
that
that's
I
a
do
little
know
better.
now. All right. Now, I do want to go ahead. Here's your Inktense. I need to add water to the back of this. This has already been watered.
And what did you call these techniques of getting your pencil work down?
Well, it depends. The pencil was wet, so it's wet on wet. This is dry.
But
This
she
is
would basically
all
grab
dry.
a fistful of pencils and do, marks.
Oh yeah. It's called the fist.
And I told her
The
that
fist technique.
depends on which crowd you're hanging out with. That could be inappropriate.
And I don't even
she's
know
like,
what she was talking about. Okay, what you do is you just grab, and you want to make sure that they're sort of analogous, because if you get some, you know how watercolor is, you'll end up with mud. So pick colors that are close together. Like I just picked a whole bunch of greens and yellows.
Yeah, Sharon, you will be very pleased. See, that was kind of our feeling too about the cheap watercolor pencils. We had some, although I mean, I don't know that you can get much cheaper than the Sargents, and they worked quite well. In fact, here, he's
Here,
gonna.
these are all going to be Sargents. I'm going to show you.
Did you dip them?
I haven't dipped them yet.
Okay.
I'm dry. Okay.
This is
You
dry
just
on
hold
dry.
them in your fist like this. You make sure that they're all touching the surface. And you really, give
Tap
them-
into
give
your
them
inner
a-
toddler.
yes, really. Channel that inner toddler. Get that out there and push on those. Okay. So, come on. Then you can just come in with your badger platypus brush and can you see what's
Oh,
happening?
yes,
over here?
Sharon and Marianne, they're the happy paper people. Let's see here. I'm kind of reading through the chat.
Okay.
Loving my chart. Thank you, guys. I love that you love my
Yeah.
chart.
This is Sargent.
Sargent. Oh,
And
good.
I'll
You
just-
did Sargent on the back
I
of
did
Sargent.
Sargent on the back.
Good job.
Isn't it? That is the truth.
She accidentally did that.
Yeah, I'm looking for something here. I don't see. Oh, there it is down there. Okay, so here we have. Now I'm just going to go in with this real quick and show you the difference here. When you wet that pencil, you can come in and you can do some areas where you would, maybe you want a little variety. And hopefully that's going to come off. And then if you want to be more...
Well, where did you see? Oh, it was actually in the Faber-Castell's little booklet. Something about pushing it off onto sandpaper.
Yes, to sharpen it.
Oh.
If you want to sharpen, they even sell you the little...
That's what that was about. I thought it was about like creating some little color palette thing, and I was trying to figure out.
Well, what you do is you do create a little color palette thing because you're scraping it off on the sandpaper.
But you can
then
still
you can take
use
your brush
that.
and come in. And at that point, I'm kind of going,
And,
why
well-
don't you just dig out your watercolors? Why are you doing that?
At this point, I'm thinking, you know, $1.63 a pencil. You're definitely going to be wanting to save that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every little bit.
Yes.
Okay, now here's the other one that I
Oh,
wanted.
Chris is here. Good morning, Chris. She's headless. Headless violin. Sorry, our friend Chris.
Just spritz it a bit. Now see, look, we're getting some great, you know, I always told my children when we were doing watercolors,
I hated doing that.
let the paint work for you. You don't have to
Just keep.
smush it around.
It's kind of like rice. Best just to, you know, leave the lid on and let it go.
I don't know who this is.
Let me see. We just gotta
I
look in the
think that
corner.
this is Faber-Castel.
Yeah, because it doesn't have one.
anything on it.
Okay. Yeah, I think you just did that one. Certainly by the bold color, I would say that's a
And
safe
can you
bet.
see that black? I would never add black, but I didn't know what color it was. Because it was... Yeah, this is...
Or is that the
I think this
Derwent?
is... Derwent.
Yeah, if you didn't know what color pencil it
Derwent.
was.
Okay, I'm moving these over here. Over yonder.
Yonder. Oh, good morning, Carrie.
Over yonder. Hey, Carrie, we've got some... I've got some stuff that was specially designed for you. Now, this is kind of... But...
It'll get better.
And look at this. Isn't that
Wow,
lovely?
that's lovely.
Yeah. Very lovely.
And that didn't take long at all.
That didn't take long at all.
All right, what's next?
What's next?
Are you gonna do these for me, or are you? Oh, you're still doing those.
I'm still spraying.
Oh, okay, she's still spraying.
I'm still spraying because I just, you know, you can use your brush, but I just think this is more better because then everything's kind
Oh, now,
stained.
so Chris says, not wishing to be a teacher, as I am not, but if you put the pencil in the water, it can rot the pencil. Water about a water brush. Hello, lovelies. So, if you're dipping your pencil,
you know,
let it dry.
Yeah, I do, and I
We don't
sharpen them often enough that I don't think that that's going to be an issue.
And
now it could be. You know, that's
we
not
do not
something
put them back in their containers.
No.
They are just out like you
They're
see
air
them.
drying.
They're air dry.
I throw the containers away as soon as I get them because they're a pain in the butt and they don't store well.
I like keeping the tins, but then I'm like, I don't know what we're doing with them, so it's kind of becoming a problem.
Okay, this has already had water added. Sargent, nice,
Nice.
nice. This is
Oh, Sharon says she
When?
sometimes wets her paper first, so that would be like,
you
you
can
know,
wet your paper first, and I mean that's another way of wetting your pencil. I
Yeah.
don't know, but I especially don't worry about it with these 20 centers.
no.
I mean, I don't. Do they do open stock?
Sargent, no, I don't think so. Again, it's like,
Oh, I
it's
should
just
show
buy
this.
buy the
technique
50
right here.
million set.
This is where I use my scratchy brush.
Did it kind of overwork the surface a little?
Oh, a little bit.
A little bit. She
Little bit.
dug a hole in one. A hole in
Okay,
one.
now, the other little
She didn't win a
technique that
prize.
I just wet it and then I just make some things out here on my. And again, this is cheap.
Oh, Becky says she was taught to add color with them. Add gel, water change the intensity of the color.
Yes, it does very much so.
Yes.
And the other thing you can actually do is you can actually draw right on your. It's nice and wet.
Oh, so Sharon has kept the pencil tins for her homemade gel plates.
Oh yes, well see, I have all mine in tins.
She bought the tins.
Because I was so tired of dealing with that.
Don't even get me started. I was very excited about the tins arriving because the crazy box situation.
Yeah, it was just becoming really. And I can pile them up on top of each other. I don't have to worry about. Okay.
And they all fit nicely over there on her
called
desk.
dry brush. Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm just gonna put these. Oh, I'm running out of room here.
Well, I have room over here if you want me to.
I can just. But I've got a lot of, put a little more water on that, get that a little warm.
I like that one. And who's that?
These are
FC.
FC.
Okay.
Okay, one more to go, then we'll move on. Moving on. And the nice thing about these, well, at least in Texas, I mean, I don't know, I would say our humidity today is pretty low.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been outside.
And what I like about it, it's different that you get, because I mean, you know, why buy pencils if you're happy with your watercolors, right? Is that you do still get some of the lines. And when you're doing that with your brush and your
Yeah, you're not going to
regular
get that.
watercolors, boy, that booger's stained.
Blue. I'm telling you, blue. My thing is still blue from whatever it was. I'm pretty sure it was the stencil butters. Blue was everywhere.
Okay.
And I mean, I have scrubbed my board.
I think we're done with that.
Okay, awesome. I want you to move on to these. And they are all labeled on the back. And then you can talk about, this gets into more of the mixed media situation.
It's more into the mixed media situation. Okay.
Are
well,
you just
we've got-
handing me these?
Yeah, I don't need those, but
Okay.
just keep them somewhere because I don't have room. My
Okay.
drawing rack is full.
Okay.
Okay, so the blacks, can you see them? Stenciled impasto. I thought we had 3 here. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Over the top, just for chuckles and grins.
Mm-hmm.
But I would point out.
Oh, Mo was asking about the watercolor paper. I think she came in a little after you talked about that. So let's review that.
Yeah.
Everything is on this stuff. Except for the black.
All of the watercolor ones.
Yeah.
And I like using this 140 pound. Number one,
It's
the
great for
price
tags.
is great. I can't remember. I should have written that down, how many sheets there were. But 12 by 18, you get quite a few out of that.
Yeah.
140 pound. Now you can go higher than that, but I don't think it's necessary. When you start going up to the 200s, I don't even think you can get 300. I tried to get it and it's out of stock.
Yeah, there for a while it was hard to get a lot of papers. A lot of,
Yeah.
of the watercolor papers.
But this is a medium range paper. You know, it isn't, it's not bad. It's just not the best. But what I do like about it, it's the cold press smooth. And if you're dealing with colored pencils, really, you know, all that pebbly surface is not the best thing in the world.
Unless that's what you want.
Unless that's what you want.
We're not here to say no.
Yeah.
It's mixed media. Do whatever you want.
It is. Okay. Now, get this stuff out. I want to make sure that I'm not braring.
And
near
then the
top of my-
black paper right there is, which I got on crazy sale, $6.22 for a pad of, oh, hold on here.
Yeah, and you can see this is comparable to cardstock. Would you not say, Mariah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the black chipboard, this would be very comparable to that. And I got it for $6.22 for these 15 sheets of the black mixed Strathmore mixed media paper.
Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah, there you go. I don't know if it's still, and that was from them on Amazon, from Strathmore shop. Elsewhere, it was like, it was almost like $16, and then I was like, well,
Yeah.
okay.
2 for the price
I
of
mean,
one.
even if it's, I don't know, it was from Strathmore, so
Okay, now I would like to point this out because I think it's
she likes to point these things out.
bloody marvelous, creative, whatever. Okay, this is containers from this and that. But my favorite is the hydrogen peroxide. We use a lot of that because we mix up our own spray stuff that we use in the
Wash and everything.
everything
Anyway.
with hydrogen peroxide and Dawn. And if that doesn't get it out, then there's probably not anything. You might as well throw it away. Okay, so I keep these containers, and I love them because number one, they're square. They sidle up next to each other, whereas the round stuff, you know, you're wasting a lot of space.
Round is not exactly,
Yeah. So I love these things. Now, as a baffling system to kind of keep everybody in their place,
Not that we were baffled, but a baffling system.
baffling system, toilet paper rolls. Just put them in there and you can kind of keep everybody, you know, where they're supposed to be. And I had these all separated out and they were wonderful, but I messed with them last night and just crammed them back in there.
Yeah, she was up late.
Yeah.
Very late.
Very late. Okay, back to this now. All right, so this is FB. Okay. I'm just going to do this is a good one. The white over the black.
Did I write FB on there?
Mm-hmm.
It should have been FC.
Oh.
I was thinking Facebook.
You want to go with your lighter colors because otherwise you're kind of spitting into the wind.
It's been a week, y'all.
It has been. Lovely color mix.
I'm telling you, it's kind of impressive, like how these work over the top of this impasto.
And see, these, if I'm doing dry pencils alone, this is what I go to. I think these guys,
yeah,
they really do rock. Okay, now I'm
That's
going
the
to
Faber-Castel.
strategically. So I'm using my smaller brush, making sure.
She's going in with some strategery.
Strategery. Now I don't know what's going to happen because I haven't tried.
Yeah,
that. This is the maiden voyage. Am I where I need to be? I
Yeah, there you
worry
go.
about that.
That's more perfect. You were perfect before, but now you're more perfect.
Oh, good. Ooh, that's what we want. That's what we're going for. Now, this is why you have your thing over here, and I get my water.
Chris, that's certainly how we operate around here. There's a lot more playing than there is cleaning.
Now, isn't this just
I like how that's
riveting?
Well,
Riveting stuff.
Can you hold it up to the camera a little more?
I will in a
Okay.
minute. I'm not quite done. I'm going to add a little bit more.
Now, this was just kind of a playful test because I was like, well, I mean, I'm just showing the color pencils again on black paper. So why don't we just step it up a little bit? And
Yeah, well, okay. Obviously, the lighter colors are going to work more better for this particular process. You can get some nice textural effects with that.
yeah.
And I don't, you know, I obviously here.
Doesn't that impasto look cool on the black paper?
I don't know that you're going to see that much.
No.
No. Okay, you get the general idea. I don't think I need to do that.
That was
All of
more for
those-
our just amusement.
It was, but I wanted to play with it, and I will, you know, I'm going to keep these because as I use different mediums, I can test it out here. And if you've got these little testers, it's better than having, you know, screwing up your whole entire project.
On a maybe,
Yeah.
which we've done.
Yeah. I'm speaking.
And,
Totally.
and wasn't it Mo that wanted to
100%
know how to
experience.
fix all of that?
I
Gesso.
said, you got choices: black or white.
White.
Gesso.
For that, you'd want to use black.
Yeah. Okay. We have streamed across here clear gesso, and it was
Oh yes, so
El Cheapo Molmar clear texture gesso. And the reason I use this is because I have it, and I'm getting kind of low on Dina, so
all right. So hold on, Carrie's throwing out some information here.
Okay.
All right, I love the water soluble pencils. She has the Inktense. When they first came out, not all the colors are color fast. Oh, she has a video. Okay, so be sure to check out Carrie Gibson's.
Yeah, and can you know write it down at the bottom so people?
Well, she can't. I can make Carrie. Carrie, I'm gonna make you. 1 second. I'm gonna make Carrie a moderator.
And then she can put
And
it
then,
in there because
all right,
I've
Carrie,
seen people do that.
You're in charge of your own links.
Put them in there. Girl.
Put them in there, girl. You have our permission. Go nuts. Give the info. So she has some videos on that. Awesome. She says then so the pink. I read something about the pink being one of the the least, and we know that with the red. So we're going to get into that and why pink would be in that category, because here we go.
Okay, so you can see there we're getting, but one of the things I really wanted to show here is, now this is the Sargents. I can just tell you right away.
Oh, Robin Creative Space Robin mixes her gessos and makes gray. It's very beautiful.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
You have 3 choices,
That's
Carrie.
right.
Carrie.
Or Mo.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Carrie, on the brain. Okay, you can see what happened right here. Mariah, is this good?
Yep, that's
Am I in a
wonderful.
good place? What happens when you go over the colored pencils with that
Flip it over.
gesso
Oh, okay.
right here.
Montmartre.
Yeah. And it really doesn't matter with the Sargent. I think it's any of that. It kind of that. But you can use that and it looks really cool. Where's the one that... Oh, yeah. Here. Look at this one. Look at that. It's awesome.
All right, just hold it still for a second. Maybe even turn it to its side a little bit. But she did the... P used the circle stencil with... What is that one? Turn it over. Because that's not the clear gesso.
Oh, no. This is impasto.
Impasto.
That's what I did the circles with.
Yeah, anything that had a bit of body or texture paste we did with the stencil. The rest of the stuff, like the Mod Podge, because we did Mod Podge matte, Mod Podge glossy, and then the clear gesso. We just did a, little swipe
of it. And this is pretty cool when you do this.
So you need to, so that's the impasto.
That's the impasto.
With what pencil?
The Sargent. You can tell. If it has that bright red orange on it, it is.
Yeah, there you go.
It is. Okay. I'm just going to lay these down here because they're kind of going to keep doing some stuff. And that's cool because look at that. You're able to get 2 colors in one fell swoop. I think that's really cool. I thought that was really cool. Okay, now we're over here, and this is FB.
Like I said, I had a little brain thing going on.
Faber-Castel.
Faber-Castel, not Facebook. That's my mind goes to.
But I mean, when you put these next to each other here, I don't know about longevity on the Sargents. I don't know.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah, I can't either.
But if you are Mod Podging them or whatever, they should hold their color.
And if you're using them in your journal where it's not out in bright sunlight.
Yeah, don't be hanging, your masterpiece in the right by the window.
This is the Inktense.
We have a few of those things around here that got framed back in the day when.
And I made Mariah put a curtain on the front.
She did.
Front door. I said, if I'm going to hang my good artwork here, where it's subject to direct sunlight, then you need to get a curtain on that.
So we did.
Curved window up
It was a lot cheaper than putting the fancy glass on the painting.
Okay, well, you can see there. See, I don't.
All right, awesome. So Carrie dropped in her Inktense Light Fast test video. I'm excited to go watch that.
Yeah, we should have checked that
Yeah,
out. Sorry, Carrie.
We need to check you out before we start doing things.
Okay, now I don't know what this is. Impasto in 2 different places here. Oh, this is a put on after. This is put on below.
So all our little test strips, we did, just an above and below whatever media. And again, I will have this back into, because I have a chart for all these to go to be stuck down to. See, I have another chart. And I'll have that available online.
And the time before when we did this with just regular pencils, I'm just chuckling because we did it actually on the chart. And it was not very user-friendly because, number one, the quality of the paper was not that great.
No.
And anyway, we just decided it would be best to cut these
Especially
apart.
when water's involved.
Now, I don't know that I need to go through and do all of these. I'm just going to pick and choose some here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this one because this is with the paste.
Oh, Chris is okay. Yeah, I think we need to slow down. Chris says she's feeling a little bit lost. All right. So, on these, if P would flip it over.
I'll do that.
So it says FB,
FB, but
that's Faber-Castel.
Yeah.
It's FC. This is
She's
with
at
texture
least
paste.
consistent.
So, one of the things that we found is that all of the pencils were quite lovely on top of the texture paste. And then the thing is like below the texture paste, some of them, one in particular, pulled a little bit of the red, which was the Sargent's.
Oh, and we didn't get to.
Yeah, it should be there.
Well,
I think
what?
you got it. You got it right below there.
Is this one?
I think that might be it. But we're gonna glue all these down to the chart, and then I'll have that a bit available over on the blog sometime this week.
Nope, that's impasto. It's impasto.
She's got them all
I'm
mixed up. I see it maybe off above your hand that's laying down on the desk.
There.
Yeah, that could be it.
Could be.
Yes. P's just going in and add
That's
water to
impasto.
everything. All right.
I don't think we got.
It's there.
We didn't get impasto on top of the. Well, we didn't get the
It's there. somewhere.
Sargent.
I promise. But that's okay.
Unless
get
we
'em all
wrote down the wrong thing.
We'll get them all glued down, and then we'll have a comparison. If you want to just spray water on all of it and then move it about, they all pretty much act the same in this particular, with the texture paste. See, look at that. Isn't that cool? But some cool effects on top, even.
Yeah, and I really, because this is above. This is.
No
This
worries,
is
Chris.
below.
It's just like, I'm sorry. No, we were going a little fast, and she mixed up
Hey,
all of my
Yeah.
little things.
Oh, look at that! I told Mariah.
I'll bring them back around too whenever they have dried and show you after she's played with them and sprayed them all. I think that might be the one. Flip it over.
Sorry, I got gooey on that, but they're gonna goo up anyway.
Yeah.
We're gonna see some lovely neutral colors here. You realize, folks?
But what'll be really nifty, especially like with the impasto and maybe some of the swatches of the Mod Podge, both glossy and matte, is that when we've gone over the color pencil, it will hold the color in that area. And then the reason that we wanted to do it over them is to see which ones reacted with the Mod Podge, because we knew it would activate them because it has certain, amount of.
Oh, sorry about the ugly board, folks.
She's not getting us a clean board.
I don't even.
Did you spray that one that you just put down? Oh, yeah, see on the ends, but see how well it's. Yeah, just make sure everything's got a good spray on it. And then we'll bring those back here in a little bit. Because, yeah, I think it'd probably be good to move into true mixed media on top of your gel prints and options of,
Now, look at that.
That's beautiful. And that's impasto, right?
No, this is
The texture paste?
texture paste.
Ooh.
I'm loving the texture paste.
Yeah, it kind of soaks it in a little bit, but still has a nice.
Didn't get enough water to do anything.
Hopefully I didn't get too heavy-handed with the Mod Podge swipes. I was in charge of those.
Yeah, I'm looking at them because you can see a little bit of glisten, and the Sargents are not the ones that you want to use if you're just using a dry pencil. But here you can see again that's Sargents. I can tell you, without even.
And just because of how bright it got underneath the, what is that, a Mod Podge? Was that a Mod Podge one? Yeah. It really makes it electric.
Electric. I'm bound and determined to get all these buggers on here. So we're going to do a
Tighten them up.
tightening up here. They may
A little overhang.
They may have a little kissy poo-poo here, but have some Mary Jean going on here.
Oh, yes. Carrie, she likes the water-soluble crayons, which we, on our original comparison chart with, like, the Mod Podges, and then we did clear gesso. So there's 2 different videos that we have for that. And I'll come back and drop those links in on this video.
I found it, Mariah. I found it.
I found it over here. I knew it was around.
I asked her if she gets tired of being right.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't. Okay, now we'll just set these over here and allow them to cure.
All right.
And come back and check and see what happens.
We'll bring those back. Maybe I'll glue them down to the chart.
Yeah, now I did, I did give them a bit of a...
Maybe while she's doing some of this other stuff. I'll glue.
Okay, so we can get rid of all of this. Well, I might need that. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
might
do that with my...
Do you want to go through these and see what everybody wants to kind of maybe see first?
Okay, yeah,
Here,
sure.
I'll hand these over to you. Some stacks are a little fatter than others.
Okay, this is just the whole pile. Oh, I do want to talk about this. No, just keep those
Okay.
for a sec.
Never mind.
Talk about this because I think this is really important. It doesn't have anything to do with the colored pencils, although it could, because I'm going to hand these back to Mariah and she's going to cut them down to the size that they need to be.
Mm.
But this was okay, Carrie, here you go. This is your
Wishbones and hot dogs,
wishbones
aka
and hot.
some kind of stitch.
And I think it's absolutely lovely. This impression was created from the actual artwork, which you'll see momentarily here. This is the same thing. Now you can see which stencil that is. Just had it. I covered it up. Never mind. But that is not from an impression plate. That is from an artwork that I pulled that print off after it. And look at puzzles. Isn't that wonderful?
I love the puzzle one. That's really cool. Now these are Carrie's stencils.
Yes.
The puzzle and the stitch one, which we call wishbones and hot dogs.
Yeah. And those are available.
And if Carrie, if you want to
purchase.
drop that, if you want to drop your Etsy link in, please go ahead and do that.
This is from one of the little ATC size.
With the static orbs,
and
Nemo's
this is
nodules.
from an impression on the plate which I pulled. And I've got this side, which I can do that now. And when you cut that out, Mariah, just make sure.
And I have a large version of it too,
Yes.
which is pretty cool. It is very stained glass windowy, especially in that larger version.
And here it is again. Isn't that wonderful? It's just on a wall print that I had. And you have to look closely, but you can see that this was a pickup.
Rustation. Mo says. Hashtag rustation.
And I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Can you see it? Can you see it?
I always love purple and red. I don't know why that.
But look at the wonderful grunginess on this one.
That's good. And I love that color.
I do too. That was, I have to talk about that color too, remind me. Because I've got, that's it right here. Isn't that a beautiful color, that green? With that pale, pukey pink.
Now, no, of course, this has nothing to do with
Yeah.
colored
what
pencils.
Colored pencils.
But she wanted to show you guys.
I wanted to show you, but here's the thing. When I go back through these and all of a sudden they need more layers
Knitting
added.
stitches. Knitting stitches is the name of
Knitting stitches. Oh, I said stitches. Oh,
I know.
Oh, I don't know if that story's appropriate.
No.
Okay. Yeah, we'll tell you.
We'll talk about it in the group. So that gives us a really good, opportunity. If you haven't liked this video, please do. If you aren't a part of our Facebook group, which is the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists, that information is in the description below. Click on that. Answer the questions. We will not let you in unless you answer the questions. There we go. Also, you will get fun information.
And seriously, we don't ask you, any questions
nothing
about
terribly.
algebra or space travel, planetary or orbits or anything. It's pretty, yeah. I think most of you could answer. Okay, now this is so fun. You know, I told Mariah, I said you're going to get an uptake in stencil orders on
She thinks
on gears because that's not the right one. Oh, I wanted to get a whole one down here.
Or if you have previously ordered gears and I did not send you your outer bits.
I do have a few outer
We
bits.
have some. So just, again, you have to be part of Makers, Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group.
Yeah.
Let me know inside of the group that you have ordered gears. And then I will send you bits that you previously did not get.
Did you save all
Or if you order a new set, you want it, just say you want your bits.
Yeah, say you want your bits. Okay, so you can see here what...
Awesome. Oh, good morning, Robin. Robin's here.
Is this...
Original Robin.
Robin A?
Yes, Robin A.
A, B, and C. Okay. I don't know what happened here, why this isn't working now.
Well, you need to flip it. She's having a spatial
I am.
thing, I think. Or is it?
No, I don't know.
There, flip. And there you go.
There we go. I'm matching them up, folks. Okay, can you see that? You just put it down, you get your modeling paste, and you just scrape it in like this. That way you've got you've got height here, and it gradually comes out till it's just a ghost image there. But doesn't that look great? It looks like maybe, spilled milk on a tablecloth or something.
Or, like I said, it looked more like foamy, the sea foam.
All right, now I'm going to keep that one out because I'm going to show you how marvelous the pencils work over the top of the paste.
Light and fluffy.
Light
Texture
and
paste.
fluffy, yes. Light and fluffy. We're going to do something with that. I don't want to talk
And if
about
they're ready
that.
to send us more free stuff, that would be fantastic. The Crafters Workshop. We ordered 2 more.
I did.
We need a discount program.
Working on getting down to. A lot of these that I'm
telling you, the humidity is high today because those were not that sticky last night.
Well, we also put them together with a big old fat paper
Oh, yeah.
clip.
Well, you wanted to use the bulldog clip, and I said that was a terrible idea.
Okay, well,
Here, I shall. This is kind of like how the things that we sent to Carrie probably arrived, or to Lisa. Remember, she's like, oh, some things didn't really make it.
We're like, oh,
Since then, we started putting parchment paper in between things.
Yes, and I guess maybe I should have. I don't know. It's okay if it
Ooh,
tears.
I love that one.
All right, now these are all brayer offs.
But where is the beautiful, like, happy, slappy colors coming from? Powsy wow, hashtag Powsy wowsy.
Now, obviously, I guess they got covered up with something else on that one.
Well, no, but is that all, like,
Look at
those are
that.
all gel prints?
Yeah.
You haven't done the pencil work yet?
No, this is, yeah. I want to.
Okay,
and
yes,
I'm going to.
Let's do that.
Look, shall we get after it?
Let's get her done.
Stop going through these. And,
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway.
Yeah.
I did this ahead of time because obviously it wouldn't dry. All right, so I'm just thinking, I need to bring my water back over here.
Yes.
Just thinking here, I'm loving this.
And that's Carrie's stencil, the
And
swirly
that's
one.
Carrie's stencil too. Well, I'll tell you what, I really use that one. Okay, now you can see here my pencil's kind of melting down a little
We're
bit.
gonna have to start getting Carrie in, like, and actually, like, get her a screen and everything.
Zoomer.
We're gonna figure out the Zoom business.
Okay, this is invaluable. You
What is
don't want
this?
to put these through your regular electric pencil sharpener because it eats them up, and it's not good. Okay, I am not going to wet this because
She wanted to dip it.
I'm not going to dip it. I want a gradual. I want a solid down here at the bottom, and I want it to fade out. So I'll just start off with that. But you can see now this is a Sargent. Cheapo. And the whole thing about it is, I don't...
That's already adding a really cool
Yeah.
edge there.
And I was hoping when I did this, now when I put the water on, you're just going to wet yourself.
Oh,
Oh.
inappropriate yet funny.
Yeah.
That should be our. If you wanted to talk about, you know, who is PM Artist Studio?
All right, now here's another one. These are called flats. I was using rounds earlier. I like these flats because you can get in where you need to get.
It's important to get in where you need to get.
And I'm just kind of using a little circular. You notice I kind of blotted my, I don't have a really super wet brush.
She's in teacher mode.
Super wet brush, but I want to get that out there. And this effect would not be possible.
Oh, Violet says seafoam blush. That's right. That's what that looks like. Some seafoam blush. Maybe it's like lava seafoam. Lava
But you
foam.
can always come back in and intensify it. It's kind of hard to get it off of there. You know, it's like cutting hair.
Can't put it back on.
But that's not entirely true. I'll show you another little trick here. Okay, I'm just grabbing a white and I'm going to try. Oh, and I don't have a white. That's
Oh, it looks like a steamy. Oh, yes. Okay, steamy sun setting over a crashing sea. That's from Lisa.
Wow. Y'all, that's something.
That's deep.
Now, if I want to kind of see those areas where it was kind of mucky muck,
Hashtag mucky muck.
you can kind of go in and fix those with your white pencil if you want, if you so desire.
I've started using these hashtags over on Instagram, by the way. Mucky muck and powsy wowsy.
Yeah, I use.
I haven't used murdery. I'm a little afraid of that one. I haven't looked to see what else is on that, and I don't really know that I want to know.
It's kind of like clicking on those porn sites, you know.
You really try to stay away from
kind of
that.
check them out, and then all of a sudden you've got whoa.
Like, I didn't want to know that. Thank you. There are things in
Okay,
life I
now
don't
look
want to
at
know.
that. Isn't that wonderful? I think that's wonderful. And I've got some more here. Mariah, what did I do with the one that, you know, was really light colored?
Carrie, I'll send you I'll send you that file. Actually, I think you have that. I think Carrie has that file.
Oh,
Maybe.
I'm trying to
Yeah, because you have the gears.
I'm-
Carrie has the gears.
unstick
Just got to keep your bits.
stitches here from the
Dishes.
vendors. Okay, whoa, we
Whoa.
had a little bit of
I'm just
marrying up there.
I'm very proud of you on how colorful these are.
I am too, Mariah. I really, you know, I wanted everyone to know that I think it's important to provide your viewing audience with multiples, that they don't have to know that you don't have to do it just this certain way, that there's options.
Yeah.
I feel options are so important. Okay, now where that's stuck down there, here we go. We're going to pick a color. Now, it's not one of those any colors, but I'm going to try to kind of match it up a little bit, because what that did is it actually, the paper is now exposed.
Yeah.
So, tiny dip, just a tip, not a lot.
Don't get the wood in there.
Yeah. And,
But that does totally make sense.
okay, that's a little bit bright, but you know it was small enough.
You're going to have to hold that up once you're done. Because, yeah, you're working in a very tiny area.
Very tiny area. Okay, that was where the white spot was. Now, what I did on this one is I took an orange colored pencil, and it had to be, I wish I could tell you which one. I don't know. This is when I was just, you know, getting acquainted.
Testing. Getting acquainted.
Getting acquainted. But I did that, and did this here with a kind of an orange, burnt orange. But isn't that lovely? And it's so much more interesting than just the blue. Because I was really bummed out on the blue. Okay, another way you can use your colored pencils is if you have a white edge that is showing. You can see where it was.
We got a stack of problem solvers over here.
Yes.
I'm going to show you one that what we're talking about with the white edge. So especially with these pages that we've been doing lately, and we really love this 3.5 by 5 size. But there's a white edge because these were ones that we did before we figured out.
These are the 6x4 plate on the 6x4 plate. Can you see that? Isn't that exciting? I'm going to brayer over this.
Impasto.
The impasto. I'll tell you what, Judy has...
I don't know where our Judy P is.
Really? Well, let's talk about her so that her ears
Feel
will
bad.
be burning.
She wasn't here when we were talking about her.
Talking about her. I mean, she's opened up a whole new horizons for me with her use of the impasto.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a mix, make your paint go further and more transparent. But, I mean, she is like...
Yeah, she's the impasto
the
queen.
master impasto person.
Yes, Carrie. The outer bits. So do you have the actual... Do you have one of the gears so you can show how it fits? But so that's just the piece left on the sheet.
Yeah, this is... here, let me get it back.
Yeah, so the gears,
I'll
the
get
mask.
some contrast going here so we can actually see it.
Although, so I think you have the stencil and not the mask, so I can get you that. But so there. Yeah, no, you had it right. She's so struggling.
I'm struggling.
Put the pink side up, lady. Pink side up.
Okay.
There you go. She struggles.
I do. I have a spatial. I don't know. I didn't. That part of my brain is not. That must have been where I fell when they dropped me. Yeah.
Long time ago.
Now this is what I end up with. I end up with a whole bunch of pencils over here.
Things.
And
pencils
in the way, and and mucking up your progress here. But this thing is wonderful. I love it. I use it a lot.
And anybody that orders the string thing, I have just been including the outer part of it. And then I will cut, I think moving forward, I'll just go ahead and send the bits with the gears. But if you have ordered them before, let me know. Because we have some extras. Because we've kept them. Because we just didn't know if people would be interested in that and be like, why did you send me that? That's weird. It's because we're weird. And we like those things.
Weird and wonderful. WW. Okay. Yeah, get the paper clips out of the way. I do not want to break.
All right, what are you showing now?
Okay, what am I showing now? Well, I put that pink away. Okay, so the other thing that you can do, because remember they do wonderful on top of the
texture paste.
Texture paste. Thank you so much, Light and Fluffy. Light and Fluffy has a spongy surface to it.
Carrie says she's that way when she's giving directions. Yeah, you don't want to get directions from P. In fact, usually we went to Seattle.
Oh, especially if it involves, directional.
Oh, we went to Seattle one year, and
you're gonna really tell
pretty
me?
much any time she would say, yeah, I think it's that way. I'm like, yeah, we're going to go the other way. It's a good
I'm not
method.
the person you want to hand the map to.
No.
Okay, and you can just, I'm not going to fiddle with this because this is pretty fiddly stuff. This is, what you're doing at night if you're watching the murdery shows. And,
yes.
Yeah.
So you see she does a little, pencil work on top, then comes back in, activates it.
Yeah.
Do a little brush work.
Now on this one, because it already had that spot where it butted up against the plate and pulled off some stuff there.
Kind of a grungy line.
I thought, why try to hide that? Let's just emphasize it.
Mm-hmm.
And not worry about it becoming
oh, hello,
a
Fran.
problem.
Fran's with us.
Fran, did you see the maps?
Forever you will be our, Fran will like that. We see that around here often. Like, oh, you made a map. Got to show that to Fran.
I even tagged you. Did you see it?
Did you see it, Fran?
Okay, now I just went over that a little bit more, and I have no idea if that's the color I originally used, but oh well.
Robin, they call her wrong way Robin.
Oh man, I understand that so completely.
Yeah, this pink one is awesome, and I hope she doesn't get too, crazy with it and decide to put yellow on it or something.
I'm not going to do that, Mariah.
Okay.
But I do just want to show that, you can really... Look at how that all of a sudden... That's getting a whole new feel to it.
Hold that one up.
I'm not quite finished.
Okay.
I just want to do a bit down here because we don't want to just have...
And that's the swirls.
And this is swirls.
We're loving swirls. Who knew?
Oh man, I lost swirl, and it was on the line underneath
Something
the
else.
squares. I don't know how that ever happened. I feel like that there's a poltergeist that comes in and moves my stuff around. Because I'm sure I would never put those two together.
So Anne says, don't feel bad, P. Hubby got seriously lost on the way to navigator training and completely missed the exit for the airport halfway through nav school. I love that story.
That's great.
That's one that you just don't live down. Like,
Well, it's just, this is my husband.
but that was before he had training.
Oh,
So, you know.
Yeah, training. Well, Van was a recon Marine. And sometimes, I swear to God, he cannot recon his way out.
Of
He
the
opens
grocery
the
store.
refrigerator, and 15 minutes later, after everything is, melted down because, finding something. He just, bless his heart. Gotta love him.
So look at that little bit of pencil work plus blending in with your flat brush.
With my flat brush to get right up to the edge. Now, I'm feeling like that needs
Yep.
something, but I don't know. I'm going to leave it because I just don't know if I want to start in on that. Because I like the idea that this is separating this from the background.
And you can see they're working lovely on top of the acrylic paint.
Yeah.
Now, eventually, would you probably want to go ahead and seal it, especially if you're using the Sargents? Yes.
I definitely would. And I want to, while we're talking about that, because I don't remember. When you're sealing and you're using the Mod Podge, or even, the other day I used this.
The iridescent stuff.
I used the iridescent, but also it's called glazing medium. And this is something, my husband's also an artist. He had, and I used this over the top of the paper that you did the washers on. We can't talk about that right now.
Top secret.
Okay, but nice soft brush. It's not going to make trails and
She's a little
lines.
heavy-handed.
Yeah.
So she needs a very soft, fluffy brush.
Soft,
Because
fluffy
P,
brush. Oh my
P
gosh.
will leave some streaks and things. I, on the other hand, can masterfully get one coat, beautifully done,
And she
and almost dry by the time you want to do the other side. Hers will take a
sits them up
day.
there. Yeah.
Gotta set it aside.
Yeah.
Not think about it. Don't touch it.
Seriously. Okay.
And hope that the streaks even out.
Hope this-
Fingers crossed.
Hope, yeah. Okay, well, I don't really know why these are doing this. I thought that they've dried for days.
I know, and they were fine last night. Putting the paper clip on them probably not the best
Yeah.
idea.
Don't do that.
And I think it is more humid than you realize.
I'm just trying to find the one that... This is really irritating. I just want to...
Can you get? I'll bust them apart if you want to hand me that little stack there,
Well,
or just
okay, here.
tear it.
No.
No.
No. Okay,
you
now
know-
this is one that I went over with. Remember that product that I bought because I thought it was so wonderful. The transparent mixing white. That's what I used on the gel plate because this was just kind of poopy. And I didn't like it. I didn't like anything about it. And
Chris keyed in on the top secret.
what?
Of our mentioning. We've got some things in the works. You'll know about it next week. Maybe we'll tease it at the very, very end here, but I don't know. Things have been working out on that end of
Yes, and
the world.
And there are some people out there that are stealing my ideas, and I'm not going to talk very much about it because they'll try to, get it out there before next week, and I'm not going to
I
let
tell
them
you
do
that that's
that.
not true. Other
is
people are
true.
just doing things that we do too.
See that right there? That is from an impression. An impression from an artwork. So then I got all excited about it, and I can't remember. I went over it with something else and totally messed it up. I was so mad. But then I took this I think this was some
Piggy pink is what it looks like.
pink that I'd mixed up. Oh, I know, when I was pulling photo transfers. And I wanted a solid background. And then this is just, and I just wiped it out and wiped those out so that I had that, because I don't believe in emphasizing corners, but that corner's so lovely I cannot unemphasize it.
And who are you inviting? This is Virginia's lovely. Once we get past COVID, you will have to visit. I don't know if she's talking to Robin or if we're invited to. We've been to Virginia. We've been to Fairfax, right? Is where, yeah.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah, and Steve and Susie were there for a bit.
Yes. We went to the inauguration.
We did.
It was quite the experience. The subway train system was enough to...
Yeah, if you claustrophobic, that was not the day to be claustrophobic.
Oh my goodness. Oh, scary stuff. Okay, so after I did that, then I'm like, well, this is kind of hazy, really kind of, you know, these are like baby blanket colors.
Baby blanket colors. You know.
Something that you would, you know, use in a nursery.
Oh, that would be a pretty nursery. And that's Stompy Rocks.
And,
right?
Yeah.
There we go.
So we're going to notch it up a bit. Make it a little bit more or a little bit less.
A little more, a little less.
Okay, now you can see how lightly I'm doing that. And this is with True
I think so too, Mo.
something blue. I don't know. I can't read that shiny writing.
Oh, that's the other thing that, like if we created our chart of what makes a good product, and it may not even be about the actual product, it's more about like packaging and everything, would be that stop putting shiny writing, just make it white or black, you know, high contrast, black, white. Don't make it shiny.
Honestly,
it's very hard to read.
The young people aren't going to be able, probably most of them won't be able to afford these. Their market is old people who, you know, have extra income.
And who value that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, I just got tired of that. And I'm just going to.
Yeah. You moving it in?
It around.
There you go. But that's beautiful. Doing a good job, P. Hashtag good jobbers.
That's right.
Oh, I'm going to add that one. I haven't started adding good jobbers.
That's what our baby used to say.
Good jobbers.
Working, good
Working.
jobbers. Working. This is when she's like 2 years old in the video, madly rushing around, you know, making horrible messes. Okay, now look at that. Just that little tiny bit.
Love it.
Didn't that do wonderful things? I'm going to hold it up.
Can you hold up a little more? A little more? Now be still. Awesome. Very nice.
You can see the background that's already there, but it's just been muted out.
Oh, and that's scribbles. I didn't even notice that.
Scribbles in the background.
Scribbles in the background.
Scribbles in the background. Okay.
Here, I'm going to drop our link to our store.
I'm testing. Our papers are almost dry, but we're going to go ahead and... Okay, this, I'm loving this. Isn't this wonderful? I just brayer, see that kind of mellow orangey color? I had some of that left over on my brayer, and I just ran it across there. But isn't that cool looking? Now, on this side, the white is what we're going to use, and we're going to use some of the... Oh, I do have a white Sargent.
Yeah, each one of those had a white.
Okay, so what I'm thinking here, I'm loving this metallic down here, and I'm saving this out because...
You know what, Mo? I don't think so. But I'm guessing...
What did you say?
We'll talk more about that, like in private message. But I don't think that it does, because you know.
I don't like the Sargent white. The Sargent
no,
white's poopy.
It is poopy. It doesn't have a lot of oomph.
Okay, I'm just trying to get a little bit of definition here. Recovered the definition of the. And I'm using exactly the opposite of what I did before, which I used a dark color over. And I'm just...
Lisa says she really enjoys getting the approvals and good jobbers from you.
Hey, by golly, I'll tell you what. You guys are going to be teaching the class any day now.
Yeah, some of the work that is showing
and
up lately.
Especially on that. Oh my goodness! And I love Forest Journal.
Yeah, Forest Journal is looking very good.
Okay, can you see? I'm re-establishing that.
Oh, Francis, it's industrial with that brownie beige.
Oh, well, the brownie beige is actually some kind of.
That's true. We could expand out to a whole different audience over there on Instagram with hashtag good jobbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a good one. Okay. Now, this is my coffee paste. And I mixed up. Did I talk about that? I mixed up 3 different new versions.
I think that most
think
of those
we did.
versions were done when we did the texture
Okay,
video.
now this is another thing, and I'm thinking about just taking my whole jar because I am. Last night you should have seen me when I was doing this. It's a tar pit, is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I told her. It's like, and she was not happy, and there was very bad vibes coming from that side of the studio.
Yeah, I was, if somebody walked by and said the wrong thing, they might have been hospitalized. I was just ready. I had it. I still got it in between on my hands.
That black stencil paste.
I'm going to mix coffee with all of it
Mhm.
because somehow or other there is a nice, lovely reaction. It doesn't go places. It stays where I put it for the most part. Yeah.
All right, bring back the pencils. Let's do some more pencil work.
Yeah.
What are you showing us?
Yeah. I'm just going to take a little blue here, and I'm doing that because,
With the Faber-Castel.
yes, because I think that this is a nice mellowy grayed out blue with the nice mellow grayed out
Now,
orange.
on our experiments and our comparisons, that is... Oh, wait, no. You're using kind of the periwinkle-ish. That's...
I love this color.
Or did you switch on me all of a sudden? No.
No,
Okay.
I can't read it because it's shiny.
Is that the Faber-Castell one, though?
It's made in Germany.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like periwinkle.
yeah.
She can't read it.
I can't read. I'm not sure that it is.
It does. Here. Let me see.
Ultramarine.
Light ultramarine.
Yeah,
But it's like periwinkle.
and it's 140. That they put numbers on there. They have open stock, and you can go in and rebuy these. If you decide you really like
Or
it.
if you just wanted to, have a few and you knew some good colors that you really liked. There you go.
This has many, 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 many layers on it. I can't even tell you, but I know it's a brayer off because of the paper. And here, this side. Okay, you can see some brayer off here from the stamps.
Yeah.
And there's a smushy spot. Look at that. Isn't that an interesting smushy spot?
Here, hold it up. Higher. Higher. Turn it. There we go. Look at that interesting smushy spot.
Yeah. Might
There you
even
go.
have my fingerprint in it. But, don't get rid of those. Okay, now very carefully, because I don't know what this is going to do, I'm going to come in with my water and my nice flat brush, soft bristle, and just give that ever so slightly.
Oh, yeah.
And see how I'm turning so I can get that right next to that edge there. Okay, it's not major, but
Sharon, I think that this is one of those things that, like, especially P, because this is her, she says I do piddle work, but this is her piddle work that she does while she watches murder.
I don't fussy cut. I don't tear papers and do edges.
So it was a natural progression for her to, like, start color penciling in on the gel prints. And then it was like, bonus. All right, well, it's really cool how the color pencils were working on top of the texture paste. And then I think it was last week or the week before, you guys mentioned the Inktense and asking about that.
And
so,
I'd never used them.
yeah, and we had talked about them because I was very interested in them. But then it was like, well, the watercolor pencils we had, we weren't that in love with. And it was like, God, we already have 1 million pencils. Do we need more?
These are different.
These
pencils.
are different. They're really quite lovely.
Different pencils. Okay, I'm just because the was such a low contrast, and you just really, the value range was so similar.
Oh, this is the one that Fran was talking about that's very industrial. Yes.
I just want people to kind of maybe, I don't want to hit them over the head with it, but I just want to kind of tickle you to look over there and see that even though you can't see all those little squares, they're over there.
Yeah.
I think it's done.
Okay, hold it up. Leave it there for a second. Let it cut. There we go.
And I'm really keeping this simple because this is going to go in the batch for next week to get something else added to it. Okay.
And yes, Sharon, it is soothing to color, good for the soul. And yes, Becky, gives you the shading without too much work. Yes.
It does, and the whole thing is you can pull out your watercolors and you can just, I still can't find the one. Oh, here, this is a good one. This is a brayer off, and I just used watercolors on top of it. Oh, but I did, no, I didn't. See, these got married up just in that short amount of time. Look at this brayer off. I've done nothing to it except stamp it.
With the gel print.
With the gel prints. And look at this
plate.
side.
Sorry. The circle gel plate.
Okay, we got a
little transfer.
Paint booger from somebody else.
No, it's that red,
sneezing on
crazy red paste you like that I'm like scares you.
Cadmium.
It is electric.
It is. Look at this one.
I like that one.
This is a brayer off.
Did you do pencil work to that one?
I didn't. Not yet. But I think I could do a little bit.
All right, well, let's do some.
But don't you love these colors together? I love these colors together.
I think everybody knows that we're fans of the purple and yellow. We've only done a few.
And oranges. Okay, I grabbed the FC Leudrier.
She likes to say that and sound fancy.
And dark cadmium orange. See how long it took me to read that?
And she has to hold her glasses like this.
Yeah.
Find the right spot in there to
okay.
Engage.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what this business does on here. Now, the texture paste is a bit rough on the pencils. But that's okay. As long as you know what you're getting into. That's why you're here.
Yeah. See that lovely, yeah. Okay.
That's the big X.
Now I'm going to try to be really careful and not
move it about too much.
Well, I don't want to cover up my little, the color of my dots.
Yeah.
Or my squares.
Your highlights.
My highlights. I don't want to turn them. And I noticed last night when I was doing those little cards for you, Mariah, sometimes I would get a little vigorous in my painting and I'd cover up the...
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're hoping that people will use those cards for, collaging and
I just grabbed this one because I want, again, a little bit of emphasis in here.
That's the went. The Inktense.
To direct the eye. I don't want it to be screaming at you, but I want it to whisper in your ear to come closer and look at me. Oh, now see, look, that's what I want. Yeah. Slightly, the orange with the white over the top is what I'm getting here. And it still had a little bit of wet, so it was giving me nice little, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, good. Robin dropped it in there. Awesome. Thank you, Robin. Ooh. All right, we'll let it focus for a sec, because or I don't know, is that kind of just the, it looks blurry. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was like, I don't know if that's the watery effect to it, but yeah, I'm a good jobber.
Good jobber. Okay, done. don't just stop yourself a little bit before. You can always go back and look at it and add some more.
I know Becky needs to definitely be posting more of her fabric work. She quilts, she does all kinds of things, but yeah, Becky, come on. You need to post that stuff.
Yeah. All right, now this is where Sargent comes in, because I don't have any of those. And the other thing I like about the Sargents is they maintain their edge.
Because they're a little
sharper.
rougher.
They're harder. They're not soft.
Yeah.
But I want to recapture some of that, where I've gone over the top of it with a strip of, well, whatever, I don't know. I don't even remember. Ages ago.
That was so like last week.
So last week.
Yes, Robin, you can definitely use those water soluble crayons in similar ways. Now, of course, they're chunkier, so you're not going to get that detail
I
work.
don't care for those at all. Those are just, I feel like I have fat fingers when I have those. I don't like them.
And we have used those. They're probably a little bit better for maybe layer 2. Remember when you did I love that one that you did, and you got all the really brilliant colors out there with it, but they do make her kind of just, Izzy likes them because she likes to smush them. They're very smushy crayons. She likes that.
She does. And
you get more control with the pencil.
I love the colors, but my feeling about it is I can do with paint much more control than those. And I don't know, the ones I bought are student grade, so I don't know how light fast they are. All right, I'm just redefining this ever so slightly. I'm not, I'm not making it. I want it to be, but I love this. I like all aspects of it. I don't really know that I need a little water here, but trying this area here where I got a little carried away.
Oh, and Robin says the Inktense pencils are really saturated, and she finds that she just needs a little when she's doing shadows, yes. And they are permanent over the acrylics. Yeah, I would assume, yeah, with the price and everything, especially the Faber-Castel and the Derwent Inktense, I would safely say that, because those are artist grade.
Yeah.
Sargent's not good. Just Mod Podge it.
Yeah.
But then be careful because your reds are going to go electric.
Okay. You can see what happened there.
And you can see that transfer from her crazy red texture paste.
Well, that one little spot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think I can pick it off. Most of it. Cadmium red.
It adds character.
Adds character. And here's the thing.
It leads to questions. What happened here?
There's a little bit of orange out there.
Yeah, just tie it in. Bring it in.
Tie it in, yeah. Go over that spot and say, right. Oh yeah, I wanted that to happen.
Make it purposeful.
That's what I wanted. You didn't know that?
You didn't know that? All right, we have a little over 20 minutes.
Good heavens, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, you haven't made it through your piles at all. I knew that would happen this week. We were much too efficient last week.
This is just so...
It's hard to beat.
I've got to get out my gel plate. I've got to gel plate the watercolors.
Oh, yes, we need to do that. All right. Are those dry over there?
Some of them, I don't know. I don't know if I'm seeing shiny from the product or shiny from the...
I'm going to turn me off for a second and come check those out.
And I'm just going to, plop stuff down here. Get it out of here. You see, this is what happens to me. I just pick it up and move it out. Oh, hey, I don't know if anybody eats sardines, but...
Or oysters,
Oysters,
like
sardines.
Oysters.
Mussels. Save those little tins. They really work great for a lot of things.
You got to talk towards the camera. That's what he does.
Okay, I'm back. Oh yeah, and I'm glad this is out here because this is one that I wanted to brayer off over. I just really like that. Oh, Carrie, did you see? Spiral of life here. Thought that was a wonderful one. I'm very happy with that. Okay, got the brayer going here. What did I want to use? I wanted to use. I really want to use this, but isn't this looking great? I just feel like that, you know, it should be relegated to artwork and not, yeah, I'm not going to use that for impression play. But this is also a good one. And what I've noticed is it really makes a difference, the loft. And I think I'm going to have to go over some of them again. I don't know that they've just kind of maybe filled in. I'm not getting as good an impression as I have in the past.
Yeah, I think they do start to fill in.
Something happens.
Yes.
Something happens. Okay. Just randomly grabbing something here.
I'm going to glue these down.
Okay. Well,
That's what I'm going to do.
okay. Y'all all can watch her do that if you want to.
I'm in the little screen.
Oh.
Or I can just turn mine off. You guys let me know. Do you want to watch this whole business? It's in the tiny screen. I know it's not, you know, mind-blowingly awesome. Some of it's still a little dampish, but...
Well, it kind of looks like we've got something there. I don't know. Maybe I just still...
Be sure to talk about your new color.
Oh, yes.
The greenish, lovely.
Absolutely, my new color. The reason I just went ahead and put this down without doing any impressions plate stuff is I think there's some stuff there that I'm hoping maybe picks up. And these are, I've also got one, I don't know if I can find it. I'll look for it later. Where I have the, that goes around the edge stuff here.
Put this over to the side here.
Boy, it's pulling some stuff. Oh my goodness, now look at that.
Ooh. And did it leave anything? Because we were very interested about.
Well, there's still some mucky muck on the
Mucky muck.
on the plate.
Oh, here, okay.
That. This is really interesting.
Carrie said that sounds interesting. Any other company? So Sharon, I did a lot of looking around, and nobody else like says that. I mean, the Inktense really is just that it is highly pigmented, and they've branded that term. They are still watercolor pencils, or at least that is as much information as I got.
Derwent.
Yes.
And we have one coming from
Marianne.
Marianne.
That was so thoughtful.
And Marianne, I am
I don't think Marianne is in. She's not on today. Hopefully she'll watch back. But.
Yeah, she usually does. Okay, now look at that. Isn't that a lovely background?
Ooh. All right, so what did you use there? Did you talk about the paint that you put down?
Oh.
Talk about that, please.
This is 020E. It's got a bit of a sheen to it.
Shimmery.
It's
a whole lot of mixing.
And you can still see this watercolor, even though it says smooth, there's a bit of textured surface that we're dealing with there. So, okay, I think we're ready to move on to a new color, and I'm loving the stuff that's going on there. Let's try some orange with the red. I always think that's a good combo, right? And this is also shimmery. Any of them that are start with a 0
Oh, hello, Katie.
are shimmery. And I didn't clean my brayer, so I've still got a bit of that other stuff on there. Isn't that lovely?
Had a sneaky one under there.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. Thing's trying to hide away from me.
I think I got water on all of them.
Oh, no, I meant like from when I slid the
Oh.
thing over.
Now see, we're getting some interesting things going on here. This will all become a
Next generation.
next generation. Oh, look at that.
Now, which one was that? Do you have a little note in the corner? What paint and did it get obliterated?
No, this is a Sargent. There's the S down there.
Okay.
It was one of the ones that one of the originals. And this is FC. We'll see if we can get rid of that. I'll just stick my finger in some water and we'll, yeah, it'll go away. All right, I'm really liking this. The stuff that's building up here, because this is how you make that lovely wall background. Of course, at some point, you always take the chance that it's going to come off when you really don't want it to. Okay, here it goes. Watch.
Oh, that was like magic. It just showed up.
Let that dry and I'll get that other side. Okay, that was a good brayer off there. I'm still trying to get this down here. Oh, I didn't put water on this side. Huh. Oh well.
Well, it might be kind of interesting to see if you
What
go
happens?
over it, yeah, without having already
That's very true.
done the water.
I'll put that aside here. Uh-oh.
So glad you thought of that.
We're sticking. We're sticking. And see, I'm losing a lot of that on my paper, but I feel like it's going to be okay because that's going to be stuff that I can come back and get in some other place. Yeah, if you want a little bit more, you can just put your card down there and push it down. But see, it's interesting where the lines were. I like that. I like that effect. Now here's one that's really, oh look, that kind of gooped over to the back. This is the pukey black. I know that some people use black successfully, but I don't necessarily. Okay, I'm at the point here where I've got some good stuff going on here. I'm gonna pull this, or hopefully pull it, with some titanium buff. I ordered this new paint. Okay, I know. Okay, so Mo was in on that conversation. Mo, help me out. What was the name of that paint? It was a weird name. But supposedly, according to this person, it's, you know, really high dollar, lovely,
Artist grade,
comparable to golden.
golden, and
Yeah.
Liquitex.
And I've never heard of it. It's from Germany. Did we decide it was from Germany? Mo?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember the name of it.
I can't either. It was a weird name. So what I ended up is I went to, I'm waiting for this to dry enough that I'm hoping to pull the whole thing.
Oh.
Is Mo, is she telling us?
Becky's saying that's why I use aloe gel as a medium to bring out the vibrancy or shadows. Nice. Lucas Krill.
Yes. Okay. So I ended up ordering
Thanks, Mo.
beige because you saw I was just about out of the titanium white, which is basically the only thing I use that for is to do what I just did right there. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
Fran, you still with us? These are the types of prints she likes. We think.
Yeah, there's some mappy stuff going on out there. We need to hashtag mappy
Oh, we should.
because that's a good adjective.
Mappy gel prints.
Mappy gel prints, aka wall prints. There are some people that call them wall prints.
Yeah, the wall prints.
Wall prints. Okay, we've got blue out here, and we know what happens when we mix blue and orange.
Do we? What happens? Come on.
Well,
y'all.
I don't know. Let's just do it and see. Of course, this is kind of a... this is an already neutralized orange. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Fran's going off to cook dinner. She says, we'll watch replay later, but, bye. Oh, and then she says, map! All right, bye, Fran.
Hi, friend.
Well, at least I was consistent and I wrote FB on all of them.
I mentioned that.
Yeah, right.
And I'm sorry, I forgot to put my impression plate down. Duh. Come on, y'all, help me out here. Holler out. Hey! Impression plate.
Impression
Put the
plate,
paper
please.
down. What are you doing? What are you thinking? Well, I think that looks... I love it. It's kind of weirdness and...
Oh,
What?
Leslie, she says, bye, map friend. Leslie said to Fran, bye, map friend.
Okay, here's another one. This is, I'm pretty sure this is Sargent, yes. This is just taking the pencils, wetting them, putting them down, and giving them a little...
Oh, here, hold on. You got to focus in there. Just give it a second. You
Okay.
freaked it out. You grabbed something quick, I think.
Okay. All right, we're going to go with some complementary colors here now.
Oh, what would that be?
That'd be hot pink.
All right, you need to hold something up to the camera and then bring it back down. That works.
Hot pink.
I tell you, this is why clear gesso makes me sort of like just ugh. It makes everything
Kind of dull.
kind of dull.
It is kind of true.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see that was not a very clean brayer, but do we really care? Because it was in the same color family. We don't care.
And Chris, I hope, I don't know if she's still here. Yes, I think Chris is still here. Oh, you're still blurry there. You gotta slow it down there, P. Bring your print up. There we go. And we're back. Now she's being a little bit of a smarty pants. That's all right.
Now, I think that's some lovely stuff.
That is.
there.
I like how that, and it's cool because it is activating the pencil work that's there.
It is.
And it's so starting to kind
Ever
of
so
blur it
slightly.
out. Yeah. Or as Robin says, kind of the color bursts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Do you have the little black ones, or are you gonna?
I think this is going to be exciting. This is going to be. I'm going to use purple.
Can you turn around real quick before you put anything back down and hand me those black swatches? Thank you. I'm ending up here with. Hey, I'm missing one. See, this is what happens. Things that they were talking about this on the Happy Paper People with the Bermuda Triangle, and it entered the Bermuda Triangle, and it may not be coming
I don't
back.
know what to tell you. The only thing I ended up with unless it's stuck together with something else.
Oh goodness, I may have to go over there and check it out.
You may. Okay, what are we thinking colors here?
I don't know,
ladies
but you
and
got
gentlemen?
you've got 6 minutes. I mean, we can always go over a little bit if we need to, but
We have how much?
6 minutes.
6 minutes. Okay, let's go with plum. Number 7. Look at that lusciousness in there.
Lusciousness.
Lusciousness with a little bit of pink. Because we did wipe off our palette knife.
What number was that?
This is number 7. Oh, and I forgot, Mariah, you were supposed to remind me my new color.
Yeah, well, I did already remind you. It just, you
Okay,
know.
here's the new color. Look at that. I'll let you look at that while I'm pulling this print.
Hopefully you guys could see that. Maybe some of you that have the larger screens up or whatever. I'm gonna go try to find the missing. Usually what happens is it ends up on the floor.
Search for the missing. Now that's some pink. That should be making you pink people just have heart palpitations.
I was hoping you were gonna say something appropriate. Oh yeah.
Well, that'll be fun to mucky muck up. You know, I'm not using my impression plates because I just think I don't need them for this.
Because you have pattern down, and
yeah.
so I think that's one of the reasons you're kind of hesitant.
So maybe I should just stop here in a minute and just pull some plain, because I do want to get the effect of.
Oh, you want to show?
Yes, but that's okay. They already know about it anyway.
Well, let us know in the chat if you guys want to see that before we head out.
Now, I'm doing this because there's a little bit of a pink in there from that sort of. Okay, now you're moving my stuff.
I know I am. I'm sorry.
I need this.
I'm looking for things. You have lost my
I
swatch.
do not know what ever happened to that. It's under something.
Oh goodness, this is definitely the Bermuda Triangle situation.
She's being very judgy.
I am being very judgy.
She's being very judgy.
I should have asked for it back.
But there was a time when she lost. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Oh gosh, what are we going to talk about here? What did I lose?
One of my paint swatches. I had to make a new one.
Oh yes.
And then shortly thereafter, of course, we found the original.
Yeah, where was it?
It was in your stuff.
I don't think it was in my stuff.
Yes, it was in
I think
your
you planted it in my stuff. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
There you go.
All right, I'll have to watch the replay to see where the
Okay,
final swatch went.
I've had about as much happy slappy colors as I can stand.
Oh, she
so
can't
now
stand it.
We're heading to the dark side.
All right, as I said, I will make a blog. Hopefully this week. I don't know. It has been nuts. I do apologize. I haven't been online. I haven't really done a lot of stuff except for my, real job. My day job stuff.
Yeah, things are cooking.
Things are cooking, which is fine and all, but, not very exciting on this end of the world. Oops. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't really know how
Clicking the wrong thing.
transparent this is going to be.
Oh, no. It's either going to go really well or kind of badly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And after a while, your paint gets kind of sticky on one side, so you flip it over and use the other. Well, transparency's good, I think. Judging from that.
I think it'll be more interesting once it dries. This is kind of one of those ones where it looks sort of frosty at this point.
Okay.
And then once it dries, it'll kind of bloom in its color and brighten up, hopefully. That typically happens. Not always, but typically. Okay, what else have we
All right, now I'm going to tell you what this color is.
Okay.
Okay, remember when we did the comparison with the paper artsy paints?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the faux agave.
Faux.
I had about 2 tablespoons of that. And then I had a 2-inch squirt of gold to silver interference and 2 drops of cerulean blue. And of course, lots of impasto in there to get everything going. But that is how I got that color. Isn't that beautiful?
There you go.
Oh, I'm sitting here, boy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Chatting along.
Oh. Nice thing about the watercolor paper, it doesn't
I was just thinking that you were
pull
lucky
off
that, yeah.
pieces.
That
was a good thing. Look at that. See, it's pulling some of the stuff that was there from the pink.
That's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? I think that's really lovely. Really, really lovely. Okay, I've got another blue one. Another blue one here. This one might be kind of interesting. We're going to still use the...
All right, well, your time's up.
My time's up. One more.
One more, she says. One more.
One more.
I will say, if let's take this opportunity, give thumbs up to the video if you could, if you haven't already. And let's see, we have dropped in the links to the Facebook group, The Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists.
Am I going to say something about art?
Yes, we're going to do the teaser, so any of those people that just jumped off that I saw jump off, they're not going to know. Go ahead and we would love to have you in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. You must answer the questions. We always say that. You must answer the questions. And let's see. So next week, we are going to take this. Well, this. I always ask P, what is this? What is this that we are doing? All of the little pages that we've been working on. Look at her. She's so excited. Her little face just lit up.
I'm giddy.
So this was just one, one step closer to than this. This being metallics.
Look who's here.
Oh, goodness.
Look who's here.
All right. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
So we're going to do metallic stuff next week. Isn't that exciting? Mm-hmm. All right, we have to tell Gigi. Come on, Gigi.
Come on, Gigi.
Show that stuff there. So we have all kinds of ways we want to now add shine to all of the layers and other things that we have been doing. All right, now head back down to Daddy. Everybody's saying hello. Oh, she gave you a heart. We'll be done in a minute. So, tons of different ideas. And if there's something shiny that you love, let us know about and want to see implemented into the mixed media of the gel printing / whatever else 50 million layers that we have been adding over the last, year. Basically, it feels like. Then we will do that. And we have some cool things. I don't think I'm going to mention them quite yet, but let me show you this little teaser here. As we mentioned, the washers. And check that out. There's a board of washers. They aren't done yet. We even have more ideas about that. So, we're going to add sparkle, shine, and texture next week. That is what we will be doing.
We will be, and you will be revisiting some of the things that we've already
yes, of course,
seen this week.
Things that you saw this week. I will bring the chart back even then, but I'm going to get that up this week. Some new colors.
Those colors.
Things of that nature. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
We so appreciate it, and we'll see you next week. Or we'll see you during the week in Makers. So there we go.
Yeah.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.